Hello, good afternoon, everyone. We're back with our book club online about the book 40 Secrets for the Single Woman. And we've spoke about tips for you who is single, tips for your love life for the single women. And we've already spoke about anxiety, and there are other things that also become difficult, right? You know that when you get older, there's that biological clock, right? That worry of the woman because of her age. She has dreams, right? She really wants to have kids. And I wanted to cover that topic today because I wanted to bring a reality and a different vision from that which you normally hear. Because what do you normally hear? You normally hear that you want to get married, have kids, and make your own family. That's great, right? I'm completely in favor to that. But I wanted to show you another vision today, and it's the vision that I had. My husband and I, we decided to not have kids. And there's a trend in our society, especially with women, right? Where they think that if she doesn't have kids, she's never going to be a complete woman. She's never going to feel complete. Like if the fact of having kids would be the reason why she has the emptiness that she feels many times, her dreams. One day I perceived that when I would think about having children, everything that I would think about is in the baby, right? Oh, he's gonna look just like me, or he's gonna look just like Junior. He's gonna have his eyes.
Oh, how cute. I'm gonna buy his clothes. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
But then one day, it suddenly hit me that every baby grows. I'm not even able to buy one pair of pants for my daughter that's 16 because one pair of pants for a 16-year-old is more than $60. It's obvious, but it's something that many people don't think about. When you decide to have a kid, in order to decide to have a baby, you need to think about everything that you're going to be able to provide for that baby, remembering that that child is going to be someone that is going to be part of your life for the rest of your life, or of hers or his, right? So it's not only when they are a child. That child is going to grow. That child is going to become an adolescent. That child is going to be or have their own will. They're going to make decisions. So there's a preparation that a mother should have and that they don't have.
I know, people. I know.
That many people are going to criticize me. Many people do not accept that way of looking at life, but it's an opinion and an advice that's coming from someone who made a decision and does not regret it in no way. It's a task that's dangerous. So much for a mother, because the dangers are there and the mother suffers, right? When their child suffers, you also suffer together. It's very difficult. That thing of you, it's only through faith that you're able to disregard a little bit of that, to not feel so much pain because of your child. And nowadays, you who are young, you are seeing how life is out there in the world. You go to school, you see that, and that's now. You going to school now. Imagine here from some time, because things are escalating to the worse, not to better. So then sometimes you are single who is getting to a certain age where your biological clock is saying like this. And people, they love to remind you, right? But the biological clock it's getting to that point where you're thinking like this, oh, I'm not going to be able to be a mom anymore. So then I want to bring that other vision to you, to show you that there are people, I've already known people, right, that I can say like this, that person, they had to be a mother. You know, when you think about somebody that they were truly a mother, and it's a talent, it's a gift, but not even everyone has that gift. Of course, before, when God created man and woman, and he said, multiply, fill the earth, but the earth is not even being able to hold any more people. So then this moment is a moment for you to evaluate. What dream? Where does that dream come from? Is it that that dream is realistic? Because I perceived one day that I had a dream that was not real. I would just think about the baby. But when I started to think,
that baby's going to grow,
that baby's going to become an adolescent, they're going to have to make their own choices. And perhaps the choices that he's going to make are the worst. And then I'm going to get disappointed. And so many other things that could happen, right? Like I was speaking, I was saying, the world is so dangerous today. You cannot even leave from the things that we hear when we're counseling people. I tell you, if you have kids, you cannot leave them with anyone. With no one. You cannot trust in anyone. You see the dangers of you placing that child in the world for them to just suffer. Like this Sunday, I was in the service at 10 a.m. and I saw some children in shelters that we bring to church, little kids that are in shelters with no mother or father. It's so many things, so many factors that could go wrong in the life of that child. So then when you start to see through that other angle, you start to evaluate if truly that is something that is worth it, right? Because the world is walking to catch fire, right? Because just like it says in Bishop Renato's book, the earth is going to catch on fire. So then it's going towards that path. People's love getting colder, the coldness of people. You see how cold people are, how they treat one another, how they the lack of consideration. So then you see there those signs that are very strong of love getting so cold in people. So how could you let yourself be taken by that anxiety of wanting to get married because you want to have children, because you have to get married? So then that anxiety comes of your age passing, that fear of you not being able to have kids anymore. I remember that one time I went to the doctor, and they always ask you those common questions. Oh, do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you have children? And I said, I don't have any kids. And he said, are you planning on having? And I said, I'm not planning. And it was very interesting that I can't forget that moment, because the doctor, he started questioning, but why don't you want kids? But what do you mean? You're so young. I was young, right? I'm not anymore, right? But in that time, I was young. I was married at 24, and at 24 years old, we were already decided that we're not going to have any kids, right? And he was shocked. How could you decide something like that? So then the mentality of people, it's just very pre-programmed for that. So then people, they normally, for example, when you hear people talk about, or a testimony, sometimes a person saying, I couldn't have any kids, I was very frustrated, I was sad because they couldn't have kids. And when you start to see through another angle, through that other angle that I'm talking about, you start understanding, and there you will be able to make your own decision. I'm not saying here that it's something that you have to do. That's your decision. But what am I trying to do? I'm opening up your mind, making you see the situation in a different way that perhaps nobody has ever showed you, nobody has ever talked to you about. And as we said, that the world is going from bad to worse. So then I don't think, sincerely, my opinion, personal opinion, I don't think that the world is in a place, in an appropriate place today for children, right? It's sad. Things are sad. You have perception, you can see that, right? That's something for you to think about, for you to evaluate and help you to overcome. If you were letting yourself be taken by anxiety because of that, that's a tip for you so that you can really think a little bit outside of the box, outside of that little world. You see things from on top. That's very interesting. So then today's tip is for you to think. And today's homework is for you to meditate on that topic without any emotions involved. Who knows if that's what you needed to hear? So then it works for everyone, right? Whatever age, for you to expand your vision, but especially for you who are a little older and you'd start hearing things from people saying, oh, when are you going to have kids? If you don't get married now, you're not going to be able to have any kids. Like if that would be the reason of the true happiness, right? And we know that our true happiness is to have our God inside of us. Without that, you can have 20 kids and you're not going to find true happiness. There's the tip, okay? So then we stop here today and we come back next Sunday at the same time. Bye-bye.